Firstly, I would like to say hello to my teacher and anyone here. My name is Kakteka. I'm a Term 3 student of School of Foreign Languages, the University of Cambodia, and my major is English Literature. Today, I have a presentation for my final test of Cambodia History course. For the presentation, I would like to pick up the 12th chapter in the Cambodia history book that's called Revolution in Cambodia. Almost all mature Cambodians in the early 21st century. However, the 3 years, 8 months and 20 days that followed the capture of Phnom Penh in April 1975 were a traumatic and unforgettable moment. The communist regime that controlled Cambodia between April 17, 1975 and January 7, 1979 was known as Democratic Kampuchea, or you can call DK. For several months that CPK leader even allowed foreigners to think that Sihanouk, who had served as the figurehead leader of the anti-colonial resistance, was still Cambodia's chief of state. The decision to evacuate the city was made by the CPK leader shortly before the liberation of Phnom Penh, but it was a closely kept secret and took some communist commander by surprise. One reason for the decision was that the capital was the generously short of food. Another was the difficulty of administering several million people who had failed to support the revolution. The shot was that the CPK leader were fearful of their own security. The reason that the DK lied to press Cambodia are the citizens afraid of the USA boom to clean the city system and the less way to take people's foods. Now we're going to know how the DK take power between 1975 to 1976. The DK period in Cambodia was characterized by regional and temporal variation. By the last, those parts of the country that have been under CPK control, the longest studied to be the best equipped to deal with the program set out by the party and the most accommodating to the new people. The CPK divided Cambodia into 7 zones, or you can call Phumphia, which in turn were broken down into 32 administrative regions, or you can call Damban. The 17 April people were brought to the northwest zone in the most number. The Khmer rule principles are to evacuate people from city and town, eliminate market and currency, demolition of pagoda and deafness of monks at all levels, close school and educational institutions at all levels, execution of intellectual, civil servants in the old region and innocent people, establish high school level cooperatives throughout the country, like eat together, sleep together, and work together, expel the Vietnamese people and go to the world with Vietnam, and disintegrate family intentions. The DK period can be divided into 4 phases. The first lasted from the capture of Phnom Penh until the beginning of 1976, when DK formally came into existence, a constitution was proclaimed, and a new wave of migration was set in motion from the center and northwest, which were heavily populated and relatively unproductive, to the rich growing area in the northwest. The southwest had been liberated early and contained many revolutionary bases. Now we're going to know about the 4-year plan in Democratic of Cambodia. Over the next few months, Pol Pot and his colleagues drafted the 4-year economic plan to build socialism in all fields. The plan was go into effect in September 1976, but it was never formally launched. It called for the collectivization for all Cambodian property and proposed ever-increasing level of rice production throughout the country, with the aim of achieving an average national yield of 3 metric tons per hectare. The production rate is divided into 4 parts: for citizens, for the state for keeping in stock, and for exporting to export the farmer machine, weapons, and other materials. The next point is the crisis in the party. In early September 1976, Mao Zedong died shortly before the CPK was to celebrate its 25th anniversary. Pol Pot used his comments on Mao that to state publicly for the first time that Cambodia being governed in accordance with Marxist-Leninist idea and writing. Overall, several thousand types and handwriting confessions have survived from the DK interrogation center in Phnom Penh afterwards slain, known in DK period by its code name as 21st. At least 14,000 men and women were questioned and tutored and executed under facility between the end of 1975 and the first few days of 1979, and over 4,000 of their deserts survived. To effect the brutal and beggar street like this on people listening to them impossible to guards. Within a year, many of these men and women has been arrested, interrogated, tortured, and put to death at S21st. In most cases, they were forced to admit that they have joined the CIA early in their careers. Others claim to have worked for Soviet or Vietnamese intelligence agency. It is unclear whether Pol Pot and the cast at S21st who forced people to make this confession believe in these suspicions or merely in efficacy of executing anyone who was suspected by those in power. Next point, we're going to talk about the conflict with Vietnam. The surpass of DK area between the policy crisis of September 1976 and a speech by Pol Pot 12 months later in which he announced the assistance of CPK was marked by the wave of push and by the shift toward blaming Cambodia difficulties and counter-revolutionary activity through an increasing content on Vietnam. In late September 1977, Pol Pot embarked on the state visit to China. At the Beijing airport, the DK delegation was met by the China Premier Hoa Guofeng and Deng Xiaoping, who was the replaced Hoa in 1978. The visit probably marked a high point for Pol Pot at least of the DK region. The warmth of the welcome that Cambodia received probably convinced him that the Chinese would support DK if and when hostility broke out between Cambodia and Vietnam. In fact, while the Chinese encouraged DK hostility toward Vietnam, they also hoped for the peaceful solution. For the added point, we're going to talk about how the DK closed down. 14 divisions were involved and Vietnamese troops penetrated up to 32 kilometers into Cambodia in some area. In the first week of 1978, after DK had broken out diplomatic relations with Vietnam, more other Vietnamese troops went home, taking along thousands of Cambodian villagers and hostages as hostages. In the confusion, many DK soldiers from the eastern zone sought refuge in Vietnam. One of them, Heng Sumran, later became the chief of state of the PRK and a reserve, and a reverse. Inconsequential figure the subsequent regions. In 1978, the DK region tried to open itself to the outside world and to improve its image with Cambodian people. Gesture included a general amnesty offered to the population and the establishment of a technical high school in Phnom Penh. The city, by then containing perhaps 15,000 bureaucrats, soldiers, and factory workers, was abandoned on January 7, 1979. Nearly everyone else welcomed the Vietnamese invasion and accepted the government that was safely put into place by the invader as preferable to what has gone before. The new government called itself the People's Republic of Kampuchea and was staffed at its upper levels by former CPK members who had defected to Vietnam in 1977 to 1978. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to everyone, especially thank you to my teacher for paying attention to my presentation, also for teaching me from the start till the end of course. So goodbye and good luck.